Welcome to Sovereign Temple's deep communion with the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. And this is a book that has been translated maybe just as much, if not a little bit more, maybe just a little bit less than the Bible. And I have found such wisdom in the teachings of the Tao. And I do believe, like any sacred text, that it is often conveyed for the time being. And then the messages for us to receive them at the highest level that they can be really is about dropping into our heart and seeing where does this message that was, written before the time of Christ to really be relevant right now in this modern world, as Lao Tzu, sitting in rice fields and mountaintops, a lot as well too, without as much connection, and in a time of great tyranny as well upon the people. And much of the Tao is speaking to world leaders, but what I have realized, and if you were listening to this, you probably have a inkling is this too, the only way for the world to ultimately change is when enough of us step into a higher resonance of consciousness within ourselves, and then the collective is resonating higher, right? And when I say higher, I want to say faster, right? And obviously faster, higher, but I want to get rid of the notion too that if we are vibrating at a certain frequency, the word lower and higher to me is so much duality, because the low and the high are both part of the whole that creates it all. And so I'm calling upon my higher self. I have consecrated my throat, and I invite you to do the same. Have you taken the time to consecrate your throat to be a vessel for your higher self? And it really is like, hey, lower has this idea that it's not as good as higher. Just our consciousness, right? And the way that language has been seated. And that really takes us to the first verse in the Tao Te Ching as well. But this is just a video that I am going to attach to every other video that I do around the 81 series, the 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching, and then calling upon my heart to share a little bit about maybe how we can all ask our higher self questions on how to integrate the teaching for this modern day and time, as I believe that this text has the ability to transform anyone's life that truly allows themselves to dive into it. And there's so many translations, there's so many different you can have literally 20 different Tao Te Chings, and the translation has been different 20 times, right? Well, that's the same thing with any sacred text that gets translated again and again. And that's why I do still believe that discernment around, okay, well, what's the meaning, and not being so attached to the exact literal based on what our concept of a definition is. And so if you are ready to dive into the 81 verses of the Tao Te Ching, be sure to like and subscribe and follow this channel, because Sovereign Temples is going to be releasing the 81 verses. And yeah, fun discussion and a little meditation for each one. They're super short. It is a super, super short book, which is also masterful, right? And so I plan on having a lot of fun with this and going there. So if you are ready, you can click the playlist where they will be getting loaded in their own playlist. But this is the Tao Te Ching according to Sovereign Temple's intention of inviting us all to call upon our higher self to receive the greatest meaning for this great work, so that we never seek for the world around us to change, but we become wise. Only the fool seeks for the world to change for them. The wise one knows that when we change our inner world, the outer world reflects it. And so I'm Casey Christine, and I'm excited to be on this voyage with you all. And I look forward to diving into the first verse of the Tao Te Ching in the next video. All my love and light. Namaste.